with a lime. Oops, I've just broken that one. There we go. Well, they're not even round, are they? Oh dear, we'll just call this finished, shall we? Edit that out. Spilling. It worked. Hello and welcome to my channel, Eat These Words. Today we're going to be doing batter, and batter has so many applications from savoury to sweet, which I'm going to show you today. Just a few tweaks to the ingredients can give you American pancakes and waffles, or it can give you British pancakes and Yorkshire puddings. What more could you ask for? Even toad in the hole. Stay with me while I show you how to do it. Today for our batter we're going to be taking Jamie Oliver's recipe to make American pancakes, or Scotch pancakes as we call them in this country, and waffles, would you ever? So we're going to take one mug, fill it with self-raising flour. There we go, all in. And to that we're going to add half a teaspoon of baking powder. Good. Just makes our pancakes lighter. To that I'm going to add a pinch of salt, and then we're going to sieve it. So just give it a light sieve. We want our pancakes to be nice and light, so we need to get rid of all the lumps in our sieve. There we go. Make sure everything goes through. I think that's lumps of, rather large lumps of salt. Get rid of them. Okay, when we've done that, what we're going to do is make a well in the middle with our whisk and add an egg. So one large egg, hard tap on the side, right into the middle. And to that we're going to add 1 cup of milk. Just pop that over there, and here's our mug we used before. We're just going to top that up with 1 cup of milk. There we go. Now then, because we want sweet pancakes, we're going to add a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons. It depends how sweet you like them. So we'll do 1 heaped tablespoon of caster sugar. Pop that to one side. And now all we need to do is mix the egg in. So this is best done gradually, this job, because you don't want lumps in your pancakes or your waffles. So a little round and round in the middle, and it'll gently incorporate the flour. As you can see, it's starting to get a bit stodgy now. So I'm going to add a little bit of milk, so I'm going to use my tablespoon for that. And just put a tablespoon of milk in there to help it along. And again, another tablespoon. As soon as we've got a decent consistency, by decent I mean loose enough to put the rest of the milk in and all the flour's incorporated, what we're going to do is add all the milk. I think Jamie Oliver actually says in his recipe that you can put it all in together, it doesn't matter about the lumps, but I would recommend trying to get rid of the lumps, personally, me. But that's just the way I roll. There you go, loosen it up, get your elbow grease in there, guys. Okay, once it looks like this, we can add the rest of our milk in one swoop. Here we go. Now work gently on this one because it will take a minute or two. As I said, you don't want lumps in it, so just gently does it. And then just give it welly in the middle. See? The best thing is just keep going, pushing it against the side and swizzling as much as you can. Swizzling, that's a technical term, that, in case you're not sure. Woo. So when you've done that and you've got to this consistency here, leave it for half an hour to basically thicken up a little bit. So I've heated up my waffle iron. It's on green, as you can see, ready to go. So I'm going to spray it with my trusty fry light, which isn't that trusty on this to be fair, but we'll use it. If you're interested in the waffle maker, then I'll link it down below for you. And taking 1/3 of a cup of the mixture and wiping it on the side, we're going to pour it all over this. And just add to it until you've got it all covered is the best way to deal with this, really, because it's difficult to say sometimes how much you need in here. It does do quite well though, look at this. So just fill up all the holes in our waffles. Takes quite a bit actually, look at this. If you overfill it, this one catches it. And then put the lid down and wait. Don't open it for a couple of minutes, because if you do, you'll find that you've got a bit on one side and a bit on the other side. Can't you tell I've done that before? You can also add butter to your mixture to make it richer if that's what you want to do. If you are going to add butter, add about 1 ounce of melted butter to your batter mixture as you're mixing it. These are perfect frozen and then toasted in the toaster in the morning with some fruit and yoghurt on. Let's have a look, see what's going on. Ooh, and there you have your waffles. We'll just check and see if they're ready. So we're gonna, nice and crispy there. Now you need tongs to do this because they are very, very hot. And once you've got what you want, just pop them on the side there. So once again, give it a spray. And then fill it up with your cup. So I would do 1/3 of a cup, by the looks of what I was doing before, 1/3 of a cup to each one of these. So there's one. Because we're making 4 each time. 2, 3, 4. And then just go over the others to cover up. I like my holes covered up actually. Don't need a lot, but just enough to cover it. If you want holes in yours, you go with holes. I don't mind, it's your cooking. There you go. And put the lid down. So it's been about 5 minutes, so let's have a look and see how they're getting on. Ooh, lovely. So all we need to do now is lift them out, if I can get at them. There we go, get underneath and pull up, underneath and pull up. That's the hardest part, getting them out actually, I think. There we go.
So this is how I have my waffles. I toast it till it's lovely and hot. I put some blueberries on it. And some raspberries. I then take some yogurt. This one is lactose free, but you can use any yogurt you want. And put that on top, about 2 spoonfuls maybe. Ooh, come on, off you come. And then for a little bit of crunch, I add some granola, just a little. just to give it a bit of texture. And there we have it. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm away to enjoy this. Okay, so my pan is on a high heat. This is my non-stick frying pan, and I'm going to add some of the batter to it. As you can see, we're just waiting for the bubbles to form in the middle. They have formed, but I can see it's still a little bit wet, but it is okay on the outsides. Don't have your heat too high once you've heated your pan up either, that can be a problem. Turn it down. If it looks like this one does, like it's starting to catch, turn your heat down. You can always turn it up again if it cools down too much. Okay, I'm just checking. A little tiny bit longer, not a lot. This is the first one, so we pop that out. I like my pancakes in threes. Not overly certain what you do, but you go with whatever you like. The other batter recipe that I'm going to do is typically an English recipe, and it calls for plain flour in this one. She used to make Yorkshire puddings, this one, or English pancakes, so I'll show you how to do those in a minute. So we want 6 ounces of plain flour. 12, which is usually about 7 or 8 of these tablespoons. Okay, when you've done that, what we need is to sieve it into the bowl. That's that done. Then we make a well in the centre. And add an egg. Now, you can actually, as well with this, add salt or pepper or whatever you really want to add. It's up to you. I like salt, so we'll give that a bit of, pop that on there. And this one we're going to mix with a spoon to start off with, because that's how I've always done this recipe for some reason. It's not like your American one. Well, it doesn't have as much in it really, so it is. This will do a whole tin basically. Once you've got that far, you need to add milk. So I never actually measure this, I'm really sorry, but it's an eyeball thing. So pour some milk in, mix it around to a paste. As we have there. That's it. Then add a little bit more milk. Not a lot though, we don't want to overpower it. And then get yourself some water. And add a 1/4 cup of water. Now this water doesn't look clean, but it's just the cup that I had the milk in from the last recipe, so don't worry. Add a 1/4 cup of water to start with to your milk, and I find this gives lighter Yorkshire puddings. If you use too much semi-skimmed milk, then it doesn't work as well. They go quite stodgy in my opinion. I do successfully use skimmed milk, but not everybody's got that lying around. We do in this house because I'm always trying to lose weight, as we women are prone to be doing. So just keep going until you've got a batter as you can see there, it's incorporated. So we need, this should be, when you tip into a bowl, sorry, into a jug, that's 2 more quarter cups of water. It should be a full pint of mixture, is how I work it out. There we go. There we go. And we're just going to pour this into our jug. Now, as you can see, this is just short of the pint. If you see on here, I don't know if you can see it, but there's the pint mark, and we're about a quarter of a pint out. So I would add half milk, and the rest in water to a pint. Don't be scared of the water, please. And then just incorporate both. And that's your batter. Okay. Now what I'll do with this is put it in the fridge until I need it later when we make toad in the hole. Start off with a lined baking tray and just pop your sausage into your lined baking tray. And just pop in there, pop that in the oven on high gas mark 7 for about 15 minutes. Okay, so see you in 15 minutes. As you can see, they are looking a little bit coloured, which is, I should say, they're not completely raw. So what we're going to do is get a set of tongs and just turn them over. And then we're going to, and actually turn them inwards as well if they're starting to brown like that. Then you don't get too crusty on the edges. Okay. Once you've done that, you need to add some oil. Pop it back in the oven for 5 minutes. We want the oil to heat up. Just give it a good stir. There you go. And just put that to one side while we wait for the oil to heat. Want it to be nice and hot, the oil. Once your sausages have been in the oven for about 5 minutes after you've added the oil, what you need to do is pour in your batter. Now, the best thing to do, I promise you, is to separate your sausages out, else it won't work. And then pour it in all over. Go. And then shove it back in the oven for half an hour. To make Yorkshire puddings, what we need to do is get a 6-hole muffin tray and pop enough oil just to cover the base of it inside. Batter is still in the fridge at the moment. The longer it stays in the fridge, the better, because the coldness will react with the heat off the oil and cause them to puff up more. We'll just put this in the oven to heat up. What we're going to do with that is just fill it 3/4 full. I'm going to put these in the oven on 180 degrees for half an hour. Hey, so this is what toad in the hole looks like when we've got it all cooked and ready to go. And just behind, Yorkshire puddings. As you can see, no problem with them at all. So I'm going to place 3 of my frozen American style pancakes on this plate. There we go. And then I'm going to microwave them. You can also toast them. I'm going to microwave them for about a minute. Once they've been microwaved, what I like to do, get a bit of peanut butter, not a load, just a little, dollop it on the top, and then take some chocolate sauce and give it some. There we go. And eat it. Excuse me while I go and enjoy this.